Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and more Birthright coverage here as we work our way through the new blood abilities that we get with the Blood Enemies expansion. Before we get going though, just a quick shout out, if you want to support the channel more and see videos like this early, but also a lot of exclusive Birthright and D&D content among some of the other games that we also tend to cover on the YouTube channel, hit us up on our Patreon, guys. There's also a link in the description. Several different tiers there, but all the support that we get there definitely helps out the channel and lets us continue to bring great coverage for you. So let's jump in. Death Touch, as you might expect, is an Azrai ability, has a minor and major level, no great level. A character afflicted with this ability can exude a virulent poison in some manner. And we've seen a lot of the Anshe so far that have actually had that, right? But contact with this toxin results in disease or death, depending on the strength of the ability. With the slightest contact, Death Touch can spoil food and drink, or pollute a small well or enclosed pool of water. And it manifests in a variety of ways, such as like skin contact poison, injected poisons like fangs, etc., or a spray or cloud, so almost like a breath weapon or an ink cloud. And at its widest dispersal, the Death Touch affects only those creatures within a 25-foot radius of the emission point. So again, if it was like a cloud or something like that. At minor levels, contact forces a victim to save versus death magic, or else contract a disease and lose D4 hit points per day until a neutralized poison or cure disease is cast on the victim. A major Death Touch is more virulent, and an immediate save versus death magic is needed to stave off death in 1 to 10 rounds, right? So a D10 there. Obviously that's pretty harsh, but characters should know kind of what they're up against, hopefully. But that would be really rough, right? If it was just like within 1 round. Now, if it's successful, the effects still operate as per the minor ability, so you're not out of the woods just yet. But brutal if you fail that save. So. Obviously, some Anshe have even more dangerous variants of this ability, as we've seen so far. Exuding natural poisons are extremely virulent, of extremely virulent natures. While they're listed as having this ability, their particular poisonous touches or effects are unique and detailed within their own entries. Of course, we've seen that so far. But yeah, pretty nasty stuff here. As if a lot of times these Anshe or whatever aren't deadly enough, but just adding this on top of it. In a lot of cases, maybe they're not as crazy like physical fighters as like let's say the Gorgon would be, right, on top of everything else that he's got going on. But so this kind of just adds another layer of danger to encountering some of these things, right? They might just be tough to deal with in general, but then that is kind of like that ace in the hole where they can kind of punch above their weight by just having this poisonous ability. So all in all, pretty nasty stuff. And again, as if a lot of these Anshe or Azrai bloodline creatures and people, etc., need more dangerous aspects to them. You have this on top of it. So let us know, guys, how you've incorporated this new bloodline ability into campaigns. Have we ever had a PC with it that maybe has acquired some Azrai blood? How has that worked out? Pretty crazy to have a player character with this kind of Death Touch ability. How has that worked out? Or DMs, how have you incorporated that in your campaign, or would incorporate that? Hit us up in the comments on that. Again, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll have more Birthright for you guys very soon.